So it's Wednesday, day 2 for my daily podcast. I don't know what we're gonna call this. I have a media couple that are working on some stuff, and they call it a vlog. So I don't know what this is gonna be. This is just gonna be me each day, kind of going through the parameters of what I'm trying to accomplish. And today is definitely going to be the laser. And I have some raw 3D printed products that I made yesterday. Just some blanks, just a flat surface to test on. I ran my test this morning. I have that on video, so you'll see that here pretty quick when I edit this and get it sent out to you. So I'm gonna try and do that this morning and get it done as best I can. I did have some comments off of yesterday's video saying that people like shorts. People want to just sit there and watch, little segments, which I get because I get caught up in that too. I started playing with got on the TikTok, and then I got kind of overwhelmed and started watching videos like crazy, and all of a sudden an hour goes by. So it's just a big waste of time for me. I got too much to do to sit there and watch the social media. I like to see what is going on, obviously, and I watch YouTube and learn different parameters and what I'm trying to do. And we are definitely blessed with information. If you're into deciphering good and bad information, I love watching videos that better me as far as my knowledge is concerned, and I love to watch videos of people doing what I'm doing. Pretty interesting, but then you get some fun ones, and so you just gotta have that discernment of what you need to be watching and what you shouldn't. So obviously everybody has their parameters of what they want and what they don't want. Yeah, so we shot some video of the Cerakote downstairs, and like I said, I literally made like an 8-minute video explaining everything this morning and completely erased it, trying to figure out how to get it on my computer. So like I said, this whole thing is new. You asked me to design a complex design in CAD and then send it over to Cam and then put it through the CNC machine or the 3D printer. I could do that easily. You asked me to make a video and post it. It's pretty difficult. Just trying to get the video off my phone. You can't email it. You can't, OneDrive doesn't work. I think my OneDrive's full. For some reason, I fill my OneDrives in a matter of, 30 days because the files I use, I need to delete my email, I guess. So we have people emailing me, large files, and I don't want to lose them. So I save them, and then I forget to delete the email. So I guess it's a backup. But anyways, yeah, so transferring files from my phone or my camera or the other phone onto the computer. And I have this design software that I'm using, video software that I'm using that I bought from Best Buy, back in 2017. And I did it for when I was doing home inspections, and I had my robots. I designed some robots to go underneath houses and up in attics where I couldn't fit, or it's too hot or icky. I've had sewer leaks under there, and you got to get past that to show the potential homeowners what they're buying. So I offered that service years ago. So I built these RC cars that were they go anywhere, and you could do virtual reality goggles and also TV. And then I recorded a video and sound and everything, and I brought it back to the customer. It was kind of fun. Anyways, I started doing that years ago, and then I haven't touched it in years. So now I'm starting over. Anyways, I wanted to just touch base and let you guys know that we're still here, working hard, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. It's a little bit overcast today. Still beautiful. I'll kind of show you the view today, so you can kind of see what it was. So there you go. Remember Mount McLaughlin's over there behind those trees. Cruise over here, and then off in that distance is Medford. Right there's Eagle Point, and then way back there's Ashland. There's Mount Ashland. You can't see it because of the mountain, but yeah. So there it is. All right, so now we're recording. You can see it right there, see it there. I'm gonna safety first, right? Put your glasses on. We got our vent going out, so we got all of our chemicals or whatever we're burning off is going out, getting out of here. Not going in our space. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to trace. Make sure I'm in the area where I need to be. Looks good. I don't know. We'll probably do better than that, but that'll be good enough for now. So I'm gonna go over here and turn the machine on. It's already on, it's just not, the laser's not activated. So let's get this laser going. All right, we are hot right now. So we can go ahead and commence with our marking. Gotta grab everything here. It looks like we are ready to go. So we're going right now. It's just kind of slowly going through the parameters that I asked it to do. And there is 50 different settings right here. You see that smoke going in like that. It's crazy looking. I can already tell that our settings are a bit too high for this. But we'll go through this and I'll have some data for testing. So we're going to be starting with probably 4 different tests today. And then if I need to, I can run up and do some more calculations. I'm trying to avoid having to restart building more cards and doing different parameters and just wasting a whole nother week trying to figure it out. So I'm hoping that these parameters that I've already done, they're going to just work. So we shall see. So far, these are pretty hot for this 3D printed material so far. So yeah, I'm excited to go to the next one. It'll be here in a minute. But at least I got all of them saved. Did all the hard work already. Now it's just let the laser do the work. See which one it wants to show us. Looks like I'm getting some movement on this 3D printed block. You know, adding heat to this, it's causing it to kind of flip up a little bit, which will change the alignment, but I don't think it's going to be enough to hurt us. So it looks like the next card, we're probably going to get way better results, and even the one after that will probably get even better results. So we have 3 more cards to do, 3 more sample parts to do. And each one of those is going to tell me what speed and what power, what frequency, and then I can determine what we need, what setting we need. So yeah, if you ever smell 3D printed material being hit with a laser, it's not a very good smell. All right, there's our first sample. As you can tell, not quite that amazing. Okay, I gotta find my thin samples. So I've got some more. These are some thinner ones. These are actually failed. They didn't really go through, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna try them anyways because they're still solid. So we got one sample done. Let's go to the next one. I'm thinking this right here might get us a little bit closer. So let's select our trace, make sure we're going to be okay. It's not going to go off of that. I'm actually going to move this around. This is, these are tight. So I was doing some fixturing for my AR-15 mounts, testing on the Cerakote, trying to get some of the cool stuff. I got some American flags, some Tatter flags, Second Amendment, you know, calling out for our military, calling out our God, you know, doing some different scriptures on there, kind of having some fun with that. Who doesn't like a good scripture? So we'll get rid of these. These are kind of in my way. And we'll probably put one back. I want to make these to where it's actually, if I'm in the business for designing, there's no reason why I can't design my own, right? I'll just line it up right here. It's actually going to work better anyways. There we go. That's better. let's go ahead and put our glasses on. We're happy with where it's placed. We're okay with that. So let's stop here. And we're gonna mark. Let's see what this says. So these are faster speeds, so it's going faster, so it's about the same power. It's just moving faster across the bed. So less exposure time per area. We'll see how it goes. So what we're looking for is an actual color change, not melting the plastic, but actually color changing it. So making a distinct picture and visibly seeing it without struggling to see it. That's my goal. Make it look very attractive for the customer, make them happy. So far, the marking of the wording and settings and numbers is like the best. So I'll check what that setting is, because it's consistently pretty good on both parts. Maybe something I'm going to aim for. But we'll keep going through this testing. I think it's pretty important that we get the right information here. We'll move this out of the way, let that thing sit flat on the bed, and actually pick up that. So this exhaust fan's a game changer, that's for sure. I know there's a lot of people that use lasers already, and a lot of this information's already out. I've watched hundreds upon hundreds of videos to get where I'm at. You know, it's easy just watching the video, right? Trying to figure out what we need to do and how to do it. Learn the tricks and learn mistakes from other people, right? So we don't make mistakes. That's kind of our goal now. There's enough information out there to win. So it looks like the number 2 is about done. All right, we're done. So here is the second parameter. There you go. There's the second parameter. We are getting closer. So let's go ahead and try our next one. So it's pretty fast. This part's super fast. The laser goes, I'm only doing parameters. The laser is pretty good at what it does. So let's see here. I'm going to pull in the next sample. And now this right here is even faster yet. Trace it, make sure I'm right where I want to be. That looks really good. And here we go. I think what I'm trying to go for is like, the lettering is like a tan color. And it looks clean. It doesn't look that great on the camera, but in person I'm sitting here staring at it and it looks clean. So I'm pretty happy with it. Again, when I'm done with this, I'm going to go through and read the settings on the marking and see what those settings are. Because they're a different setting than what I have all these other, the 50 other settings. I have it really light, and it looks like it's actually the best. So these parameters were designed for tone changing Cerakote for my laser. The Taichmo Electrox 20 watt fiber. These are definitely going to be different than anybody else's. And the software I'm using obviously is different than everybody else's. Like I said, I use Lightburn to kind of get my designs, get the parameters basically built, because I can do it a lot faster, and then I can just transfer it over into this software and win. All right, looks like we're done with that. And I'm actually liking that color. It's getting closer. So let's see here. Pop these back in here. Got my 3 samples. Great job. 1, 2, 3. So number 3 is obviously the best so far. So what is this? So here we go, guys. Another day, another video, and we'll see if you guys like it. I don't know. And by the way, comments, I figured out how to turn them on. That was interesting. So I got the comments on. I did block. It says you can block like bad stuff, so I did. Obviously, I don't want people coming through and making disgusting comments on my page. I'll I'll delete those. Obviously, we need to stay positive and focused on what we're trying to do is, you know, do cool stuff. So yeah, you guys, I thank you for watching, and I look forward to your comments. If you have any questions about the process, please ask. I would be honored to answer that. And it helps me understand what you guys want to see. And if you don't want to see it, whatever, it's my video. If you don't like it, you can watch something else. All right, have a great day. Bye.